Thank you. Yes. So as we were sharing that, let's have a just overall discussion on the GST 80. So before we start with the discussions, maybe before taking the questions, we'll start with just start like to start with some of the basic things, like because whatever we are discussing today, it's going to go down to our team members again, because they are the persons who are fighting this on the front line. So one of the challenges is regarding the bench, because in many places people are selecting the local bench without going into the order and all. Like later on, maybe while filing the appeal, then they're coming up with the thing that maybe it would be a principal bench or the local bench. So regarding the principal bench, there is clarity. One is about place of supply. Whenever we are going with the place of supply provisions, so we have to go with the principal bench. And what could be a typical example of a place of supply? Like say I'm supplying from West Bengal to say goods to Sikkim. Say I'm sending cars to Sikkim, and there is a allegation against me that since the car is being delivered in West Bengal and then is being transported by the recipient, so the movement is ending in West Bengal, and therefore I should have charged CGST, SGST instead of charging IGST Sikkim. So I'm challenging this particular situation. Why? Because 10.1 CA has also come later on, wherein they have clarified this for unregistered persons. But anyways, before 110.23, this was not clarified before the amendment. So we are challenging this. So such kind of situations we have to check that whether we have to go to the principal bench or not. So therefore, but again, having said that, regarding place of supply, there are other confusions also which we are seeing from different seminars or webinars that I'm attending. That is, while choosing ITC, I have received an invoice for IGST, but I've availed CGST and SGST. So is this a dispute related to place of supply? The answer is no. That this is a mistake while availing the ITC by me. Okay, I should have availed the IGST in ITC. I have availed CGST and SGST. Though it is relating to the difference in the taxes, it will not be considered as a place of supply dispute. So this will go to again our local jurisdictional bench. Okay, regarding NPA issues, I think anti-profiting issues, they will go to the principal bench. That is always there. OIDR issues, they will also go to the principal bench. Any issues which are similar in nature in multiple states, that is also again a thing which is though they're in the rules, but that is to be cleared still. What would be the scenario? Like for ISD, they have cleared. If there is a ISD related dispute which is going on in more than one state, that will go to the principal bench. But what happens if a classification issue is there for me in multiple states? Say in Rajasthan, I'm facing the same issue, West Bengal, Kerala, and it's happening for one of our clients who are into e-commerce. So for them, it's a classification issue in multiple states. So in this, whether we need to go to each state tribunal or we can go to the principal bench. So we have already sought clarity on this because the rules are not very clear on this. But as of now, I am of the opinion that this should also go to the principal bench, because this will have multiple opinions from the multiple benches, which may again culminate into a difference of opinion for the main bench. So this is the first thing. And
Arup sir, 1 second. This
yeah,
classification, you're saying it will go to principal bench, but I think it has to be heard before state bench, and then if difference of
no,
opinion, then it will go to principal bench, right?
right. But what we have requested is, since the classification issue is same in all the states, like in our case, it's around in 14 states. So what will happen? All the state benches may come up with different views. So why can't these particular issues, which are common across states, why can't this go to the principal bench directly? Because as we know, like maybe the different benches, they will hold different views. So this is something we have placed. So there is no clarity on this. As of now, what you are saying is right, but that is what we are trying to plead, and we have already shared. And the bench members, they have also said that they are looking into the matter, but it's a policy issue. So it will again go to CBIC and all those things are there.
Rupji,
Huh.
in many of the cases here in Rajasthan, I don't know about other states. Supposedly, and we have raised this issue, and if it has been discussed anywhere else,
Yes, yes. Huh.
supposedly, I have been raised a demand in IGST of a particular state, say for
Yes,
Delhi in DRC 07, but actually the demand was pertaining to multiple states.
right.
Now, at the appellate level, we used to challenge that the DRC 07 is incorrect because it has to be a multiple states, and since it is wrong POS in DRC 07, therefore the order itself is bad. Now, whether these issues would be considered as a POS issue or these would be dealt in by the state benches, because this is something wherein the officers are not very careful while knitting DRC07, and they select only one state even if there are multiple states.
No, here also I think since the issue will relate to whether which place of supply will be relevant here for payment, I think this should also go to the principal bench.
But then,
Because
as per my experience, whenever there is a demand of IGST, the place of supply generally is selected either, even in case of outward supply, the place of supply which is selected is the local state
local
wherein the
state,
officer is
because
there.
they'll get the revenue.
No, not about revenue. Supposedly, the department alleges that my client has supplied goods to West Bengal,
Right?
and they have raised a demand of say 10 lakh rupees in IGST. Now,
Yes.
while generating DRC07, they have selected Rajasthan as a place of supply,
Right.
not West Bengal, because ideally the sales were to West Bengal, not to Rajasthan, because the supply is located in Rajasthan, recipient is in West Bengal. So if I raise this ground that the POS is wrong and therefore the DRC07 itself is wrong, because if I am being penalized as a taxpayer for making a incorrect POS, the officer should also be held liable for making an incorrect POS, for generating an incorrect demand. So suppose if this ground is taken now, whether this would be transferred to principal bench, because if this is so, then in my opinion,
Multiple.
very large number of appeals would be transferred to principal bench.
But I think for this also we should take clarification, because as far as place of supply, here the issue is that the place of supply was not in dispute. While raising the order, the place of supply has been wrongly taken, right? And that you are disputing right now.
And now we are disputing. So
Yeah, so I think ideally
it is
then,
before
I think,
the.
yeah, I think I'll correct myself that it should ideally go to the state bench only, because
Ah.
place of supply will be place of supply when it is brought in dispute by the officer only. So those should
Because
ideally-
what we have come to know, everyone would have read the second order of the principal bench,
Yes.
wherein they, although they transferred the matter to state bench, since it was incorrectly selected as principal bench, but
Yes.
as per the order, it was reflected that they have shown a big heart in transferring, else they would have rejected.
Yes.
So this is what was projected. So in this case, unless until there is a clarity, so majority of the person would be selecting principal bench, and supposedly tomorrow the principal bench comes to a view that no, this is of a state bench, or either ways I select a state bench and it has to be transferred to principal bench. Then in such case, it would be a big issue, and also because an appeal against the order of principal bench would be before the Supreme Court, not before the
Yes.
High Court.
Right. So that is again a challenge. But I think Padma, yeah, that is something that we need to keep in mind as you
Sir,
added the last
I
part.
just support your view, because I think there is no determination of place of supply as such. There is only wrong selection. So
Yes.
as he said, it's a jurisdictional defect, but it might have to be looked into from the state bench only.
Yes.
Though it's a jurisdictional defect, it doesn't involve a determination of the place of supply.
Right. So that's why it should go to the state bench, and then maybe.
But then, supposedly, genuinely, there are two states, but the officer feels that there's only one state.
Yes.
There can be multiple situations. I have only put forward one situation where officer incorrectly selected. But genuinely, there are two states, but the officer has selected one state, and I raise a ground. So this is one thing. I'm not will not be taking it much forward, but this is one
Yeah,
thing
I
that
think
all the members who are raising their issue through different association should raise it.
Sir,
Part of their
another
presentation.
issue is that in search cases, we have taken a ground that in most of the search cases, you see, they will usually take the CGST, SGST. They do not go into determining the supply-wise place of supply. So
Yes,
there
yes,
also, we
yes.
have taken a ground that the notice is vague, and determination of place of supply has not been carried out.
Yes. That's the precise issue.
But in
We
that
have
again,
another.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
RPG.
So I have another point which
Sure, yeah.
probably may require consideration in this this one session. See, let's assume this is a real case that I'm talking about. It's an issue with respect to classification.
Yes.
But it once the classification is decided, the place of supply will automatically be indirectly decided. So let's say it's a case, for example's sake, let's say it's a case of intermediary versus non-intermediary. So that is the core dispute of the issue. But if you determine this classification issue, indirectly the place of supply will also be decided. So will these matters also be part of the principal bench, or will it be part of the state bench? Is another question probably that we need to think about.
So here, what is
Because
the tourist? Yeah.
what Shravanji has raised, because in case of Dharmendra and Jani,
Yes.
the
Absolutely.
principal thing
And
was
MRS.
decided on this aspect only.
Absolutely, absolutely.
See,
That's the classification.
can I just give my view on this, because there is one judgment in Sutherland, I think, with relation to AA. There the issue was whether place of supply can be decided by the AAR. So the Kerala High Court said that where the issue itself involved identify the supply is taxable or not, and incidentally the place of supply has to be decided, then AAR can decide. That is what I remember, if I am not wrong. So maybe like we can draw inference from this, and if it is a classification issue incidentally involving place of supply, then probably then it has to be decided by the state bench.
Absolutely. So, yeah, as RPG was saying, magnanimously, if the principal bench says that we are transferring the case at a later point of time, then we are all fine. But if they're going to reject it, they're going to take different views in different benches and they're going to reject it. This may be an issue. Probably, as Arup was saying, this may also require some clarification or a separate notification, rather, just like the other multi-state classification issue.
Yes.
Yes, Arupji. Now you
I
can take
think,
it
I
forward.
think yeah, this is also something that I've noted down. So maybe I think this is also this till now we have not taken clarification on this. On this
Arupji,
aspect.
we have raised this issue through our association in our
Regarding the
in our
intermediate.
representation. Yes, regarding the POS determination. So it's before the
Okay. No, regarding the
before
intermediate, we have
the
not reached.
no, not for intermediary, but that POS issue which we are discussing.
Okay. 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 So, any other issue on this on the bench issue? Okay, I think
Sir,
nothing on
when
the
we are challenging import of services, RCM on import of services, would it be
Yes.
dealt by the state bench, or you think it will
Yes.
be the principal bench? When we have made some payment for some services and they are demanding
Yeah.
RCM liability.
Right.
So in such,
So, no, again, I would say here the main dispute is whether RCM is payable or not.
correct. Yeah. It would be state
RCM is
bench.
payable, then the place of supply is determined.
Correct. We are not challenging as such. I mean, we are challenging the levy itself.
They're the place of supply. But
Yes.
here the thing is that where the challenge is on the place of supply, like the example I gave, like that we are supplying vehicles to Sikkim from West Bengal. So we have charged IGST Sikkim. Now they are claiming that you charge CGST, SGST West Bengal because the termination of the movement happened in West Bengal, and you claim the refund of IGST Sikkim. Okay, go by 77, pay this, claim the refund. You don't have to pay any interest. So this is an ideal situation for your principal bench. And
what
similar other
about,
matters where the
yeah, right. Sir, what about errors in returns? I mean, the invoice per se is correct, but reporting
Yes.
done incorrectly in the portal in GSCR 1
Yes,
and 3B.
good point. Yes. Which has happened in July, August, September 2017 mainly. Why? Because we filed the 3B first and then we have filed the 1. So while filing the 3B, maybe in many cases we have filed the proper according to the place of supply, I mean IGST or CGST, SGST. But while filing the 1, we have made a mistake. Or the reverse has also happened in some cases. While filing the
Yes.
3B, they have made a mistake, and while filing the 1, they have done correctly. So here again, the issue is that the wrong place of supply has been reported in the 1. So there they are saying that the place of supply will be, say, this particular, it will be CGST, SGST, and you have shown it in IGST. So now you pay the IGST and whatever, CGST, SGST, they cannot take the refund. That is a different issue. So in my view, here also the main thing is that this supply relates to this particular place of supply, but you have shown wrong place of supply in your GSTR 1, and therefore you have to pay it. So this also, ideally, I think will like for this, we are going to the principal bench.
Oh, it will go to
Because
the
my view is that
principal
I have already, well, why I'm taking this view is that I have already discharged my same. In our case, we have discharged the tax through 3B in the proper IGST only.
Correct.
Okay. But while reporting it in my one, I have by mistake,
Yes.
since you have reported in CGST and GST, to determine because I cannot, there is no. So therefore, you pay this CGST.
Arup sir, your screen
Okay,
is
but we are
frozen and
challenging
we are
that.
not able to hear you properly.
Now,
We are not able to hear you.
uh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, थोड़ा break हो रहा है, but now better.
Yeah, because of the network.
Hmm.
Okay. So now I think we will go to the filing website. Or
Arugda, your network has an issue. Initially, I thought the issue is with me.
how do I go? Just give me 1 minute. I'll change the system. 1 second. I'll just make you the host. I'll just change this to 1 second.
Yeah. I'm just saying if I can put a poll of how many filed, how many filled, where are we? Because we thought we will go over the portal now. So can I just, I mean, yeah, Arup is back.
Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes. Hopefully now the network will be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were discussing about the filing. So like any data about filing, how many have we have filed? I have filed 2 appeals till now. Others, what are the position? Could you file it?
I have filed only one.
Two myself, sir.
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah, so ma'am?
Two I filed so far.
That's it. Okay, good. So good scores.
I think Hanish would be in 3 digits.
Venu sir, billing is in 3 digits, sir. Filing is 1 digit only.
Okay.
Arupji,
Yes.
in today's session, do take the how to fill case summary tab. You can leave at least everything else, but the case summary tab has to be discussed.
And the tab they have given such a small, I was like really surprised. What? As like उनका कुछ जा रहा है क्या थोड़ा और बड़ा space देने के लिए?
But
पैसा
Vinuji, we can attach a annexure to it.
नहीं वो तो हम करेंगे. Like, the only thing is, anyhow it's a screen. text ही डाल रहे हैं हम. So they
हाँ.
can every place they can give at least a button to expand, see, कुछ कर सकते हैं.
If they could have, they would have made so simple. We would not have waited for last 2 months to file the appeal.
Yes. I'm just trying to log in into one of the IDs so that we can just get it from there itself.
Yes. Again, everyone, it is just a learning purpose. So confidentiality and other things, please respect.
Yes,
And we
and
will not be putting this on YouTube.
yeah, we'll not be putting. I'm just going to tell that we'll not be putting this on here.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I think there's not. Why? It's logging is not happening. What happened?
Aruji, we are seeing one of the highest attendance today.
Acha, but then we have to do justice also.
But then the speaker should not take the credit, but the GSTAT should take the credits.
Yes, of course. In Calcutta recently we had a seminar. जहाँ पे normally CP में 100 लोग भी नहीं आते हैं. We had more than 300.
Nah.
As you rightly said. Okay, so now I think I'll just share the screen.
सर दिल्ली में इस टॉपिक के ऊपर रॉयट्स हो गए हैं. आप कह रहे हो लोग नहीं आते हैं.
Exactly. Venuji, you have to make me co-host. Ma'am, you are right. Venuji, you have to make me co-host.
I am seeing you are already there, but
Yeah, now I'm okay. Now I can do it.
making you host it.
So why is share not coming? Why is share button not coming? I don't know. I'm the host. But still.
Someone has conspired that GSTAT filing cannot be so simple.
Why this host is not coming? I don't know. Sharing of screen is not coming. So,
Tarang has written West Bengal is creating history everywhere, even in polling and even in logging at GSTAT.
I don't know. Venuji, can you log? Because I can't. I don't know why it's not.
Just make me as
showing.
a host once.
हाँ.
I don't know settings में कुछ change हुआ क्या? पता नहीं.
Yes, I don't know because it's not showing just. Even though I'm a host, then also it's not happening.
अरुणा
Venu
एक
sir,
बार
you
सेटिंग
can't
पर क्लिक
write
करेंगे.
this.
सेटिंग में ना एक ऑप्शन आता है शेयर स्क्रीन, मतलब टूल बार से रिमूव हुआ है आपका.
अच्छा कहाँ पे सर कहाँ पे बोल रहे हैं आनंद जी?
क्लिक ऑन द सेटिंग, click on the more button, then click on the setting.
Okay,
and
then
you will find in the list of items there is one item as share screen.
Maybe from the toolbar it would have got हट गया होगा.
Yes. There is an option to delete from the toolbar.
अरे नहीं दिखा रहा है. Venu, I think you have to show. Somehow it's not just showing coming.
नहीं, unfortunately I'm on the phone.
अच्छा. अर्पित जी आप दिखा सकते हो क्या?
Do I need to share?
हाँ एक बार अगर शेयर कर सकते हैं.
हाँ.
लॉगिन देखिए ग्रुप में अपना एडमिन वाला ग्रुप में. इसमें कुछ होगा क्या पार्टिसिपेंट में? Yeah, somewhere something has been.
I am logging in.
Okay.
You can continue session. I am just logging and sharing the screen.
Yes. Okay. So see, for my office, I've created a document wherein I've said that there are some critical path methods. So see, in West Bengal elections are going on. You know, in West Bengal, CPM was a very strong party, Communist Party of India, Marxist. So we have thought of designing the form name in their name only, CPM. So what is CPM all about? We have learned in our CA, I think intermediate or foundation. It's about critical path method. So what are the critical things that we need to keep in mind while fighting the GST appeal? First thing is about the order, of course, and whether the first thing that we need to tell our team members to check is whether the order is uploaded on the portal or it's a manual order. Because यहाँ का शुरू ही होता है whether ARN CRN is available or not. So if it's a manual order, you crack your head checking on the thing, and team members are trying to put in all the numbers, all the reference number, it's still not showing. But the basic thing is that all manual orders, their ARN CRN will not be available. So that is the first step of the critical path method that needs to be checked. Second thing we need to check about is whether the pre-deposit that has been paid, because in many of the cases, what is happening? 10% we already paid before the first appellate authority. Then before the first appellate, after the first appellate authority, or during the course of the hearing, maybe we have paid some amount through DRC 03. And at that relevant point of time, DRC 03A was not available. So we could not set off that amount. The appellate authority was not convinced that, I cannot adjust this. Whatever amount you've paid to DRC 03, in my appellate order, I cannot adjust this because the module is not allowing me to do. So that amount may also be lying in many of the cases. Okay. And apart from that, what we have done, after the first appellate authority order, based on the circular, where it says that, till the GST 88 is operational, you pay the balance pre-deposit. That could be 20% if you have done in 24, okay, or maybe 10% after you've done it after the amendment. So all these things, they need to be taken into consideration. So after the availability of the order, the second thing in the critical path method that we are telling our team members to do is determine the pre-deposit, calculate the pre-deposit, whatever the pre-deposit is.
Vinuji, I have joined from another ID. Can you make me co-host?
Yeah. Oh, no, I think Venuji can make you co-host. Venuji.
Yeah.
I'll have to check this actually. Okay, so as I was sharing, so that is the second part, because while you are going to file the appeal, you will be given an option that you can do your self-computation also, or you want to make the payment. So self-computation will be relevant wherein we have already disbursed the other amount of 10% or 20% after the first appellate authority order, or maybe we have paid something during the course of the appeal, first appeal. So now what we can do, we can always file the DRC 03A. Okay, so to that extent, the amount will be adjusted. And so while drafting for the pre-deposit, we can mention that this was the order of the appellate authority. This is the amount that has been already paid through DRC 03A. This is the bill balance amount remaining in dispute. On this, we have paid the 10%. Okay, so that is the second thing that I feel we need to do. Third thing is about, So third thing that is critical in this entire thing of set of things is, what are the facts that we have addressed before the original appellate authority, before the original adjudicating authority and the appellate authority? What are the additional facts that we are trying to tell right now before the GST? Yes.
There is one request. Can you show us that the column of pre-deposit here? I think he's asking us to pay online or what? Or we have to only put the DRC 03A number or something like that?
No, you can do both. Arpit ji,
yes. Demand details.
हाँ, डिमांड डिटेल्स में वो तो एक के बाद जाना पड़ेगा.
ये अब जाएगा ही नहीं, ये डिमांड डिटेल रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं करेगा क्योंकि उसके बाद तो सीधे पेमेंट ऑप्शन दिखाता है.
दिस इज द प्री डिपॉजिट ना?
नहीं, प्री डिपॉजिट में क्लिक कीजिए, प्री डिपॉजिट में.
प्री डिपॉजिट क्लिक करिए ना, प्री डिपॉजिट पे.
हाँ,
डिमांड डिटेल्स एंड प्री डिपॉजिट.
हाँ, डिमांड डिटेल्स में एक बार क्लिक करने से you have to go.
It will not go. It will not go.
वो अच्छा, पीछे वाला कॉलम आपने एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया अभी तक.
नहीं, पीछे वाला कॉलम वो एक बार आप इस कॉलम पे चले जाते हो जब तो 5000 unless you deposit 5000 it will not go and show the pre deposit column.
हाँ, कोर्ट फीस भी आपको नहीं, इसके पहले दिखा रहा था बट
नहीं it's done.
हाँ,
I am trying to click but it is not going.
No, because the court fee is already paid. Inka court fee is already paid.
Sir, one more thing here. When he is saying, madam has already told us it's only saying 5,000 rupees. So we will divide 5,000 rupees for the to start with. Then we will wait for the defect notice to come to divide the balance. Okay, it's like that, sir.
Yes.
We will divide.
Now, why ma'am is saying is in some cases it's showing 1,000.
अच्छा
So we are depositing 1,000 and then later on defect notice के लिए. I think अर्पित हम लोग फिर एक के बाद एक ही जाते हैं. वही
Yes,
better होगा.
yes. So this is
So
the
let's go
basic
with this.
details.
Yes. So basically, I think basic details में there is not much of discussion apart from the fact that I've already shared. Well, नहीं basically पहले order details में जाते हैं. अर्पित जी वहाँ से.
हाँ.
Order details. हाँ. So here when you're filing, no, there will be an option which says that whether ARN CRN is available or not available. So in this case, the ARN CRN was available, so they have clicked it. So if you click, if you have the ARN CRN available, what is the advantage? Advantage is most of the things will be auto-populated later on, like your respondent details, okay, your other demand details, they are also being coming in auto-population. So that is one of the advantages. यहाँ पे जैसे ये आ गया कि order appeal number क्या है, आपका appellant का नाम क्या है, all the details have come in and you have to upload the APL 04 here. Okay. And if this detail number ARN CRN is like you can see the heading here, it is mentioned as ARN CRN available. अगर ARN CRN available कहाँ पे नहीं होगा, wherever you are getting the manual orders. So there we have to fill everything in detail.
Okay. One more basic thing.
बोलिए sir.
This will be login of the SSC. We will log in.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, this is again a common question which is coming in the seminar. See, there will be two logins.
Okay.
What are the two logins? One login is for us, the authorized representatives.
Okay.
Okay. So we log in as the authorized representative, either as a chartered accountant, advocate, CA, CMS, CS, CMA. And what will happen is, for our login, we just give our membership number and some other details and we get the login. And for the client, for the taxpayer, they have to do a separate login. And this appeal, it has to be filed through the login of the taxpayer only. So what is the purpose of our login that we have created as the authorized representative? When we'll go a few minutes after this, when we go to add representative tab, we will see that there you can choose the add representative.
Okay.
So what you can do, if I am already registered, if Arup Das Gupta is already registered as the authorized representative, the taxpayer can just tag his name. So like in my case, whenever somebody will put Arup Das Gupta, it will just come. Then with my enrollment number. So he can tag it. Now there are two views. Some of the authorized, the professionals, they are not tagging the authorized representative right now. Why? Because they don't want to get into the hassle of all the wakalatnama authorization right now. They're saying जब hearing आएगा तब कौन रहेगा नहीं रहेगा तो उनके नाम पे we'll get the authorizations. Okay. But in my view, we should tag the AR. What would be the advantage? Advantage would be that whatever notices are coming, the notices will go to the taxpayer as well as to the AR. So even if, so in this case, what will happen? I will not have the additional burden of always going to the client's GST portal and tracking whether any notices are coming, okay, and whether response have to be given. So it will also come in my tab because I am the authorized representative. So that's why, in my view, we do both. Of course, we have to do a registration as the authorized representative, and the advantage of that is that we get the notices. So after we create the login, the first step is creating the login for the client. While creating the login for the client, once you give the GSTN number, most of the things are auto-populated. Okay, the phone number, email ID are auto-populated. A simple OTP is going and the OTP has to be validated and the registration is done. So in this case, the first step is done. The registration is done. And now we go to the order details. In order details, we search for ARN CRN available or not available. If it is available, all the data is auto-populated. If it's not available, then you have to give the data. So after this, we go to the next tab, basic details. So in this case, in the basic details, we will be choosing the different acts under which the issue is are pertaining. So if you have only CGST, SGST, we choose CGST, SGST. If you have IGST, we also choose IGST. We have cess also, like in case of your cigarettes or motor vehicles and all. So that also has to be chosen. Okay. Next is about the appeal type. What is the type that we are filing? Okay. Next is about उसमें ही जाते हैं एक बार.
एक मिनट. हाँ.
अरूप जी चूज.
हाँ बोलिए सर.
जो एक्ट चूज करना है एक्ट, that is compulsory. अगर हमारा CGST, SGST available है, we can choose only one, ना? That's all.
Yeah, we can choose only one. जहाँ पे आपका litigation है सर.
There are stars in against all the three, so they are not mandatory, ना? That is the point.
नहीं, they are not mandatory. They are mandatory if you are adding them.
Okay.
जैसे if you go to the right hand corner, देखिए वहाँ पे एक डस्टबिन है, तो आप उसको रिसाइकल बिन में भेज सकते हैं.
Okay. Thank you.
Arupta, if we select IGST, it doesn't mean that it is going to the national bench, right? Because you're not, you may dispute and you may not dispute.
No, here the only thing is that whether there is a dispute relating to IGST or not.
If you're selecting IGST, then it will be referred to the national bench then.
No. IGST, like I'll give you an example. What has happened? Like this Cozen India case. I was just giving an example to that the ITC is for CGST, SGST, but I've availed IGST. Okay. I've availed it as IGST. So now department is telling me that you pay IGST and whatever CGST, SGST you could take ITC, वो आपने नहीं लिया, वो आपका गलती है. Right. So here the department has raised a demand for IGST. So it's under the IGST.
Okay.
Arunji, what we can say, the example which Soumya ma'am or Annapurna ma'am have taken, that they have
Yes.
imported the services. So the question is whether IGST is leviable or not. So it would go to state bench. But supposedly while passing the order and selecting POS, they have selected other territory rather than the consuming state, wherein the
Yes.
goods were imported. Then in such case, it will go to national bench. But not
Yes.
that every IGST matter would be going to the principal bench.
Yeah. So ideally, one thumb rule that we are saying everywhere is that what was the, like in Bengali we say John Moore, like what was the point of initiation of the dispute? If the point of initiation of dispute is related to the place of supply, then only it is going to the principal bench. Not if it's a IGST issue, then only it will go to the city. It's not like that. The origin of the issue is there if it's a place of supply. Okay. So after this, we go to the appeal type. So that is case type appeal. अच्छा अंकित जी एक बार उसमें थोड़ा वो करेंगे क्या?
किसमें सर?
नहीं केस डिटेल्स में वो जो है ना ड्रॉप डाउन. सॉरी बेसिक डिटेल्स. हाँ ड्रॉप डाउन अपील वाले में ड्रॉप डाउन लेफ्ट. हाँ. तो इसमें जैसे now you're getting appeal. So if it is not populated, it also like if it is I mean to say if it is not ARNCR was not available, then it could show that whether it's an application or what is coming or not. So here since it's auto populated, it's already showing as appeal. Then we go to the jurisdiction of the appellant authority. It's a state because it's already chosen. Okay, and zone or this you have to choose what is coming, whether it's since it's from Bangalore, so it's Karnataka. Okay, so here it's coming. See the next question: does the appeal or the application involve any issue over which only the principal bench has jurisdiction in terms of provisions of the act or so relevant? So here we have to be critical. So here again, it's a warning kind of a situation where we have to rethink and understand whether it's an issue, it will go to the principal bench. So ideally, we should give the cases in which it will go to the principal bench. We should give that to our team members. You see, these are the situations where it will go to the principal bench. So before you put a no here, check if any of these issues are there or not. Okay. So then, has the original order of adjudication been passed by a common adjudicating authority? So what is the situation? So situation is DGGI investigation is going on. What is the issue? I am selling some caffeinated beverages. Now DGGI is of the view that that's an energy drink. So the rate of tax should be 28%. DGGI has done investigation in 9 states. Okay. And amongst the 9 states, in say Bhopal, in MP, the highest demand was created. Okay. So in MP, the demand was for 15 crores, say, and in other states, the demand is for say somewhere 2 crores, somewhere 1 crore, somewhere 50 lakhs. So in a nutshell, it's a common litigation issue which is going on based on a classification. And this is mainly done only by DGGI or the central agencies only. And here the hard core of the issue is that the same issue is to be adjudicated in all the states. So through a particular circular, the CBIC has said that in all these issues, there will be a common adjudicating authority. Now, who will be this CAD? Who will be this common CA? Who will be this common adjudicating authority? The common adjudicating authority will be the authority where the demand is the highest. So in my example, 15 crores demand is the highest demand in the state of Madhya Pradesh. So Bhopal commissioner of CGST, sir of Bhopal, he will adjudicate over the matter on all so-called notices for all the states. So he is known as the common adjudicating authority. So when they are saying has the original order of adjudication been passed by the common adjudicating authority, they mean this. Specifically in case of DGGI matters only, mainly DGGI matters. Some of the other investigation matters have come, but mainly in the DGGI matters only. This happens. So where in this case, since the order is being passed by Bhopal, what will happen? After this, the second step, which is like your appellate authority. In appellate authority, there is no clarity. Like to which appellate authority we should go. Do we again after the common adjudicating authority has done, do we go to the different states or not? But finally now there is a clarity that okay, if the order has been passed by the common adjudicating authority, the appellate authority who is having governance over the adjudicating authority, he will do the appeals. And now we are getting the appeals filed there, and the orders are also coming out there. So that is something that we need to mention here, that whether a common adjudicating authority has presided over the original order. Okay, then appellate or revision, who has passed the order. So this is there, who is the authority exactly who is passing the particular order. So then we go to the next. Yes, so this is the part which I think RPG was sharing. Right, RPG?
Yes.
इसके बारे में we had a long discussion. But anyway, so इसमें first thing is that, अच्छा, before we go to this, I have missed one part. अर्पित जी एक बार उसमें जाएंगे क्या, नीचे एकदम नीचे, इसके नीचे जा सकते हैं क्या पोर्टल में? अच्छा, पोर्टल में शायद अभी नहीं जा सकते ना, बैक
नहीं, मैं दूसरा क्लास ओपन कर
मतलब वो टेम्पलेट, जो टेम्पलेट निकालना होता है ना, आई फॉरगॉट टू मेंशन दैट, वो जो टेम्पलेट है ना, एक्सेल टेम्पलेट कहाँ पे है? हाँ, एक बार जाइए, फाइलिंग में जाइए, नहीं आप एक बार दूसरा टैब में खोलिए एक बार, तो इजी होगा। हाँ, इसमें जाइए एक बार, एकदम नीचे ये वाला ई फाइलिंग टेम्पलेट डाउनलोड। So ideally, we should tell our team members to first, after some of the CPMs that I've told, I think ideally we should just download this Excel first. अभी अगर Excel, एक बार अगर Excel को शेयर करेंगे तो, हाँ. So this Excel gives you the entire template of all the things that we have to file in the main form. So how does filling of this template help? So I'll tell you, just like my team members, many of our team members will not be comfortable with this because Excel से copy paste करने में कुछ problems आ रही हैं. But still, I think it is good to fill up this Excel. So what is happening? All the details that we need to fill in that form, it is coming here. So when you go to the basic details, that is also, I will go to the case details. Because basic details we have discussed, case details. So here they are already giving the options. So ideally हमें क्या करना है? पहले हमें यहाँ पे we can fill it up. Okay, we can request our team members to fill up all the details here, and then from here you can copy it to the portal directly. And only one tip I would like to give: avoid using any special character. Even in like rupee symbol, that is creating a problem. Though that we already taken up, we already filed, we already requested that this issue should be taken care of. But whenever you are putting a rupee symbol, that in some cases apostrophe also, all those things are creating a problem. So whenever we are creating this grounds of appeal, facts of the issue, इसमें हमें वो नहीं करना है, special characters नहीं देना है. Yes, Gaurav जी बताइए.
अरूप जी, एक खाली सवाल था, इज देयर एनी चांस कि ये एक्सेल एक जेसन में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा फ्यूचर में?
हाँ, हो सकता है. दैट इज व्हाट आई थिंक दे आर वर्किंग ऑन ऑलरेडी.
सर, इससे क्या बहुत इजी हो जाएगा पूरा अपील प्रोसेस फाइल करना? अभी बहुत टीडीएस है.
बहुत टीडीएस, बिकॉज़ इवन माय टीम मेंबर्स आर कंप्लेनिंग कि इससे अच्छा है कि हम लोग डायरेक्टली फिल कर दें.
और सर दूसरा क्या है पता है, इसको लगता है कि सरकार चाहती नहीं हम अपील करें. Even somewhere it is portraying somewhere this thing only.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं.
And the
Because
challenge
the
in
way-
this template, sir, like whenever there are more than one category of case, you need to add more lines.
Yeah.
So here in this Excel, it would be very difficult for anyone to do that.
Yes.
अरूप जी,
But it can, हाँ
अरूप जी
हाँ
एक
सर बताइए.
वो बताएंगे, ये जो हम अपील जब भरना शुरू कर देंगे तो
हाँ
ये
सर.
स्टेजी में सेव हो सकता है, सेव स्टेजी में, या एक ही एट वन गो करना है सारा? ये काइंडली बताइए.
नहीं, सेव कर सकते हैं सर, हम लोग सेव करके कर रहे हैं.
सेव कर रहे हैं ना?
हाँ, सेव एंड कंटिन्यू. क्योंकि हम लोग एक स्ट्रेटेजी लिए कि कुछ केसेस में वी आर डूइंग द फैक्ट्स पहले कर ले रहे हैं काफी क्लाइंट का, फिर हम लोग वो ग्राउंड मतलब बाकी स्टेप्स में जा रहे हैं.
इट इज
तो वैसे आप कर सकते हैं.
ठीक है, थैंक यू.
हाँ गौरव जी.
अरूप जी, इसमें खाली एक हेड्स अप था, ये पोर्टल लॉग ऑफ हो जाता है विदाउट एनी हेड्स
हाँ.
अप, तो वो विल हैव टू बी केयरफुल. अगर अपन थोड़ी देर खुला रखेंगे,
हाँ
डजंट से दैट इट लॉग आउट इन 30 सेकंड, स्टेट्स लॉग आउट हो जाता है. वो
हाँ वो
सेव
होता
करते
है.
रहना जरूरी है अपने को.
हाँ, आई थिंक या दिस इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट यहाँ पे इवन विदाउट 30 seconds ऑफ दे आर जस्ट लॉगिंग ऑफ सडनली. So that's why save and continue is always a good option जहां तक आपने कुछ काफी काम कर लिया है. So as I was sharing this Excel template, no, we have to fill it up first with the basic जगह जहां पे हमें बताना है. And as Soumya ma'am was saying that adding the things becomes a challenge, so that is something that is there accepted, but we can't help it. Like as they say, things are there to have. We have to accept that and go forward. So here you can fill up the entire thing that about the category of cases, case summary, about appellants. So we'll discuss this in the main form. But why I'm sharing this template is this is also an important part of the CPM, the critical path method. कि अगर हम लोगों ने वो कर लिया, मतलब हम लोगों ने ऑर्डर का वो देख लिया, हम लोगों ने प्री डिपॉजिट वाला कर लिया, इसके बाद हम लोग ये फॉर्म का हम लोग फिलअप कर रहे हैं. एंड फॉर्म फिलअप से भी पहले मैंने आई फॉरगॉट वन मोर स्टेप what we are following as a best practice in our firm is the chronology of events. तो chronology of events ना हम लोग पहले क्रिएट कर लेते हैं एकदम from ASMT 10 till APL 04 कि क्या क्या हुआ, कब कब हुआ. क्यों? इस फॉर्म को जब आप फिल करने जाओगे, मतलब when you are going to fill up this particular Excel template, then you will need this chronology of events in different places. So if the chronology of events is there in a Word doc, it is helping us to get it copied in this particular Excel format. तो Excel form, we are back to the I think form, main form. तो इसमें देखिए, इसमें आप क्या कर सकते हो. आपको पहले अगर अर्पित जी थोड़ा ऊपर अगर जाएंगे तो इसमें आपका ये ग्राउंड्स ऑफ अपील जो है ना, सी नाउ आई विल टेल यू अनदर थिंग. अब तक हम लोग जब ये सिस्टेट में फाइल कर रहे थे अपील, या हम लोग जब भी फर्स्ट अपीलेट अथॉरिटी में फाइल कर रहे थे, वी हैड दिस लग्जरी ऑफ गिविंग ह्यूज ग्राउंड्स, ह्यूज फैक्ट्स, ह्यूज इश्यूज. बट अभी क्या है कि once we come to back to GST 80, we have to go back to the idea of IT80. If anybody is following, is practicing IT80, you must be aware that the grounds and the facts, they are just minimal. Okay. Then while during the course of hearing, we give the entire paper book with all the things. So in GST appeal also, they have brought that thing, that grounds of appeal, you have to just give them basic minimum. 2000 words में आपको बताना है, facts जो भी है, उसका भी आपको limitation दे दिया, उसमें आपको बताना है. So here what we have to tell our team members, what we are trying to do is, whatever grounds of issue, grounds of appeal.
वो आ गया मेरा ड्राइवर.
खितान लिखा हुआ है कर्सिव लेटिंग, उसको खाली काट के स्विच कर देंगे.
बाय.
एक मिनट, somebody has been unmuted. एक मिनट गौरव जी,
सॉरी,
somebody has been unmuted. हाँ गौरव जी, सॉरी, बताइए. आपका म्यूट, आपका सुनाई नहीं दे रहा, बोलिए.
सॉरी, आई फॉरगॉट टू म्यूट, सॉरी, माय मिस्टेक.
अच्छा, so that is again one important thing, that here the grounds of appeal, they have to be very brief. So what I think with Claude and ChatGPT and all, what many people are taking the help is that first you define the ground, we prepare the ground, and then maybe we get it, kind of compressed, just like we do in PDF, or maybe in our own terms, we get it more compressed and try to fit in here. Same with the brief issue of the case in dispute. Like in ITAT, I'll just give you an idea. We prepare the entire issue of dispute in maybe half a page, or maybe 3/4 of a A4 document. So similar thing, though, it's multiple issues are there, like appeal, there's this thing, wrong expenditure has been claimed. Okay. And then there is unaccounted money is there, which is being, that it's not an income, which is explained, and all this cash deposits are there. All these things are there. Many issues are there, but still it is forced by IT80 rules that you have to just give it in very brief. So similarly in GST 80 also, we have to try to make our issues, the core issues, in very brief and put it here. After that, we go to category of case. So in category of case, if you go, अर्पित जी अभी इसमें अगर जाते हैं, category of case का जो है ना, इसमें देखिए, इसमें अभी वो धीरे धीरे बढ़ा रहे हैं. इसमें पहले वो कम था. अभी I think since grievances are going out from across India, now they have at least increased the category of issues. नहीं तो काफी सारे issues पहले नहीं थे. So now we have to see which is the nearest category that is falling out for us. Okay. So like incorrect determination of time of supply है, ठीक है, आपने properly invoice raise नहीं किया है, या फिर आपका disallowance of ITC है, क्या issue आपका है, वो आपको properly यहाँ पे category में देना पड़ेगा. Okay. Now regarding the notification, if the notification is applicable, then only we have to give the notification. Otherwise, there is no question of giving the particular notification.
अरूप
Okay.
जी,
हाँ.
ये जो 73, 74 का ऑर्डर्स आते हैं,
हाँ.
फर्स्ट सेपरेट अथॉरिटी में हम तो यही लिखते थे, असेसमेंट होती थी ऐसे 73, 74 में.
हाँ.
तो भाई आप कहते हो कि जो उसका इशू है वो अगर उसमें है तो वो उसको लिखा जाए.
हाँ, यहाँ पे एग्जैक्ट जो इश्यू आपका है ना,
उसको लिखा
अब कौन से इश्यू पे आपका हुआ है. जैसे यहाँ पे इनका क्या था, रॉन्ग एप्लीकेबिलिटी ऑफ नोटिफिकेशन इशू हो गया. ठीक है, तो इन्होंने इसलिए वो किया है. अगर अर्पित जी थोड़ा और देखेंगे एक बार, एड मोर कैटेगरी ऑफ केसेस करेंगे एक बार. इसमें अगर करते हैं, देखिए इसमें काफी सारा है. Excess ITC availed unutilized, determination of tax है, cancellation of registration है, order accepting reply है, but which has not been considered. तो कौन सा आपका एक्चुअल इशू पे आप वो करना चाहते हो, डिस्प्यूट करना चाहते हो, आप बता सकते हो यहाँ.
Arup
ये
sir,
इश्यूज.
in the previous thing where we had mentioned the grounds, prayer, and this one,
Yeah.
we are anyway attaching the detailed APL 5 with all the facts of the case and grounds of the case. So can we
Yes.
just not mention here as per the detailed statement of facts
No.
enclosed?
A very good question raised, ma'am. Very good question. Since this session will not be shared or recorded, I'm just sharing that what we have been told is this grounds of appeal and this brief issue, this will pop up before the honorable members. Okay, so when suppose you are the judge and I am appearing before you, so these are the things which will appear before you in your system. So if you mention as per the thing attached, no, then he has to again go back to the attachment and open that. Okay, like right now it happens in the ITAD also. They just go to the ground first. अच्छा बताइए क्या है, issue क्या है, briefly. So similarly in GSTAT also they will just go directly first to the main grounds, main issues क्या है. So that's why it is humbly requested that we don't give as per attachment. Rather, we give the issues in brief, we give the grounds in brief, because this is the first step. When they are going forward, this would be one of the first steps that will be putting. And while I'm saying this is only when the entire infrastructure is ready. Because as we saw in the case of the Ranchi branch, everything was done in manual mode. And if you go to Rule 115, the last subclause says that the hearings will be in manual mode, and if permitted by the Honorable President, it will be in the hybrid mode. So, though it will be the hearing will be in the manual mode, but there will be systems and process through which the bench members, they will see everything on the system only. So this is one important thing that I'm always sharing in most of the seminars and webinars. That
IT में एक वहाँ एक अलग सी चीज है. Form 36 में we have to give only a brief ground, okay?
Yes.
But after that he
paper
asked
book
the
में जब
attachment. No. He also, while filing the appeal, he asked for the attachment of ground of appeal also, sir.
Yes.
Grounds of appeal. So their grounds of appeal can be many more there.
There can be many more, but ITT में अगर हम लोग
listen here in GSTAT also we have to attach the grounds of appeal or not? Here.
No, we can attach. Attachment में problem नहीं है, but grounds of appeal में भी हमें डालना चाहिए.
अच्छा ठीक है, okay.
Attachment में आप डाल दो, but grounds of appeal में डालना चाहिए क्योंकि bench member का
main issue डालना चाहिए. Why we are aggrieved, what we are saying, main issue वहाँ डालना चाहिए. अब इसमें उसने हमें चांस नहीं दिया पर्सनल हियरिंग का, ये वो सब चीजें, वो सारी ग्राउंड्स आएंगी, वो भी इसमें आएंगी.
हाँ, वो भी आ सकते हैं, बट हमारा जो 3-4 मेन इश्यूज हैं, जो मेन ग्राउंड्स है, ठीक है ना, कि ये अपना जो है ये नोटिफिकेशन के हिसाब से ये होता ही नहीं है. मतलब मैं एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, जीटीए ने फॉरवर्ड चार्ज बिल कर दिया और वो बोले नहीं आपको आरटीए में देना ही है, तो मैंने बोल दिया कि यार नोटिफिकेशन में लिखा है कि फॉरवर्ड चार्ज में बिल कर सकता है, बट स्टिल जो भी अपना ग्राउंड्स है वो हम लोग इसमें बहुत ब्रीफली हम लोग देना चाहिए.
नहीं पर अरुण जी, अगर ऐसी बात है कि भाई ये पॉपअप होगा, तो फिर in that case why they have said that elaborate grounds of appeal, prayer and issue, the issue of the case under can be uploaded as a document?
No, that too we can do, but what I'm trying to say, this will be the first impression of the bench members.
No, but when I am uploading it as a document, so that means I will write here that I am attaching a separate document for it.
Yeah, that you can write, but that you can write, but ideally, since I'm telling you something, we are planning it from the point of view of presentation. I am the CEO of the advocate who is filing this, and I'm also going to appear. So when we are filing this entire form, we have to think it from that angle. When I'm going to appear, what would be the things that would come to my advantage?
Yes, but in that case, if they are thinking so and they are giving only 2,000 characters, and there may be many grounds. Supposedly, I am challenging the jurisdiction of the assessing officer. I am challenging the rate notification. I am challenging the classification. I am challenging 74. So it might not be possible. And if they are thinking that they would be deciding on the pop-up which is to be given here.
No. Not deciding on the pop-up. That will be the first impression. What main issues क्या है? जैसे if we are going to the High Court, we have to give the synopsis.
Yes,
so this
synopsis is fine. But synopsis is in addition to what I am giving in detail, and it is not a formal submission. It is, yes, it has become a practice. but it is not a somewhat of. But
No,
this is a formal,
but
formal.
again, if you see, if you go to the high courts, no, the synopsis plays a key role in what situation.
Yes.
Because the judge reads that in the honorable judges, they read that before the day of the hearing. Whoever are studying that, what we have been told by the judges who have retired now and they are practicing and all. So they have explained to us the importance of synopsis, that the judges, they don't get the time to read the entire document, the entire writ. But what do? They do read two things. What are the points of law and what is the synopsis? And that's why when they come for the hearing, sometimes we think, "Hey, how is the judge asking a specific question related to this?" That is because he has read the synopsis and is coming particularly to that point. So similarly here, no, this would be the synopsis that we are giving practically for the GST 18. And yes, we can give the attachment. Attachment देने में problem नहीं है.
Because many orders, the issues are about 14 issues. So it is not possible to have the
नहीं,
all
सब
of
तो नहीं.
them.
Now, out of 14, maybe the top 3 issues, top 4 issues, like jurisdiction, if I'm challenging the jurisdiction only.
No, 14, 14 like when a GST audit is done under section 65, they raise 14 issues. So I'm not saying 14 round, I'm making 14 issues.
Yes. तो उसमें हमें देखना पड़ेगा कौन से issues में.
And then in the case of category of case, supposedly here it is mentioned wrong applicability of notification. Now I am also challenging the rate part. Supposedly that is exempt or taxable. So again, I have to add more category of cases, and all the possible category of cases have to be added.
नहीं, अगर I'll give you an example. I'm selling unbranded rice. Arpit, I'm selling unbranded rice, right? So that's why I've treated as exempt. I'm telling about before July 2022 scenario. So that's why I've treated as exempt. Now department is saying कि आपने affidavit file नहीं किया. ठीक है, आपने affidavit file नहीं किया.
Supposedly they have invoked section 74 as well. See,
yes.
In this case, they have also invoked section 74. So I would be challenging two parts. First is the rate, and even if there is rate, there is no intent to evade. So that means I have to select two categories there.
Ideally, we are selecting the core category here. What is the core category? What is the issue? Because whether 74 can be invoked or not, that is coming under my general grounds.
Yes, but they have asked, now there is a time of supply, value of supply, there are issues.
I think we can give only one category. I think that is
yes. At one time, we can give one category only.
One time, no, it's not. In one appeal, we can give only one category. One appeal.
Yes.
Okay, but
no. You can add categories. That you can do.
We can have categories more.
Yeah. Arpit ji, एक बार वहाँ कीजिए, add more category of cases.
है वहाँ पे add more.
Add more category of cases यहाँ पे.
For one issue, one category.
Yes.
The category of case under dispute. तो क्या add हो सकता है इसमें और भी?
हाँ, वो हो सकता है ना. मेरे multiple हो सकते हैं ना सर. एक में मेरा है कि मेरा वो जो वेंडर है उसका रजिस्ट्रेशन कैंसिल हो गया इसलिए आईटीसी डिसअलाउ हो रहा है. एक में मेरा प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई गलत डिटरमाइन हो रहा है.
Okay.
Yeah, Arunji, I can have, supposedly in this case, and itself the notification of challenge, I can also have a challenge to value of supply. So there in that case, I cannot say that since I have the main ground is 4,10,000 for incorrect application of notification, I am not required to add the point regarding value of supply.
That you can do, but I'm saying about 74. I think 74. Yes.
Arunji, just taking a step back, what is the relevance of this category actually? Because if you look at our experience in tribunal when we have filed the appeal before SESTAT, category डालते थे priority 1, priority 2, but there was nothing which was relevant. Even when we were arguing, only one case where I remember where this category became important in Bangalore specifically, lot of cases relating to refund of STPI companies were there, and every day there would be 3 or 4 matters. So tribunal that day decided कि जिसका भी category है refund relating to ITC, bunch all those cases and we will take lump sum one shot hearing for everything.
Bunch of matters. Yes.
I have never seen that category being of any use actually till now.
But Anish ji, here it will be important. Here it will be important.
Okay.
Yes.
From what context, if you can?
That's why I'm just repeating again and again that while you're filing, while our team is filing the form, no, you have to tell that this is not just for the purpose of filing the form. We have to remember that I'm going to appear before the authorities. So you have to build up that case so that it becomes easy for me to face that hearing. So here what is happening when these categories are going on, no? So they'll see, as you have rightly shared, firstly is about the bunching of matters, though I don't know whether they'll do the bunching or not. That is a different issue other than 107 matters where limitation ke liye matters have been not heard before the first appellate authority and all. But apart from that, what are the core issues in this appeal? That can also be seen by the bench members. Okay. So what are the core issues? Like, say, place of supply ka issues are mainly, or say in case of like Arpit was saying about the notification issue. So whether the notification issues are coming and whether like this category of cases will give a heads up to the particular bench member that what are the main issues being dealt with the appeal. So see, when I'm saying this, I'll not say that this will start from day one, but that is the long-term vision. That whatever matters are going to come, they'll have the bench members, they'll have a complete synopsis of the matter. And they'll, from this category of cases, for us, how is it easier? We'll also be pleading in that particular matter in the proper manner only. It is not a general pleading. Ki aisa bhi hai, it's like right now we do before the SESTAT. Okay. So we can also go by the category of cases that, in my issue, these are the 4 issues, and this is this I am trying to dispute. So that's what is the purpose of this category of cases. But again, having said that, we will discuss on the next day also. There are some issues still here where they are compelling us to give the rules and the sections. So in some cases, giving the rules is becoming a problem. Okay. So
The
about
order
that,
itself is silent about the section, the rule, and we are being asked to give
yes,
the section and
yes.
the rule.
So that is the
Our
problem.
main ground is that this order does not contain the section, and this form asks you to provide the section.
Yes, Arma security is saying, and we are going to Oryx India.
Arup sir,
Yes, sir.
The issue that is last issue is for one issue, one category versus for one issue might file in 2 categories. Is this because you have experience in IT/AT and some of our worthy members must have experience? Has this same issue occurred in IT/AT, or because that is different law and this is different law? One issue cannot be covered in one category only. There are so many examples, but they might have the technology people or some people like that because they have taken something from already what is already going on, but without seeing the nature of the legislation, it has been put there.
No. अगर आपका अलग-अलग कैटेगरी है ना, तो you can put अलग-अलग कैटेगरी में अलग इशू भी डाल सकते हैं ना. Both you can
एक
add.
इशू 2 कैटेगरीज में फॉल हो सकता है ना, कुछ भी केस.
एक इशू 2 कैटेगरी में कैसे? एक एग्जांपल दीजिए.
जैसे
वो तो ये अरूप जी, it can fall in 2 categories. Supposedly, in case of say builders,
wrong place of supply.
In case of builders, I can challenge the notification also, and I can challenge the valuation of the land also.
अच्छा, that way. नहीं, फिर तो 2 करेंगे ना, फिर कैटेगरी 2 सेलेक्ट करेंगे ना.
हाँ, तो फिर then the second issue is alternative ground. The first I have challenged the levy itself, and second I have challenged alternatively I have challenged the inclusion of land and the value thereof. So the demand is same, but there are alternative ground which have been taken. And
that is becoming different category. I'm saying under the same category 2 issues. But if you are challenging the notification 3/2019 central tax rate, so that is one category. Under that you are challenging the levy itself.
Yes, and second is regarding the exclusion of the land. So the demand is only one. But these are 2 alternative issues.
So you're saying, yeah, that you can do. In one issue it could be the levy, and in the other issue it could be maybe
that
the
is
T20.
what I was saying previously also, that in case of wrong applicability, in one demand there might be 4 alternative arguments. If we are taking, then in such case all those have to be selected. It cannot be a single shot selection.
No, the options are also there. In fact, ये तो बहुत कम थे पहले, अभी तो they have added and they have made this. So I think now it is overall a compliment. But still, to the group members, since we have our family members here, if you feel that any other category has to be included, issue has to be included, please do apprise that in the group. So that we
will end up mentioning the same amount 4 times, no, sir? That's the problem.
Yeah. Arup sir, the most important thing that I could derive from this, that because the judge, when he sees to this portal, he will open this pop down. Now, in grounds of appeal, when we file written submission, we take, sir, I want to take ground number 4 as my first ground. Here, while filing this form, whether it must be kept in mind, because, for example, we take the jurisdictional issue as my first ground at the time of hearing, so we should feed jurisdictional issue as ground 1 here?
You can do that. See, about the grounds, they are very.
That is to be decided. That is to be decided by us today itself, because when they
Yeah, that's what I
because
said no, to RPG's question, that what are the top grounds that I want to choose. If jurisdiction is not there, then entire case falls. So maybe jurisdiction will be my first issue. Next is about invocation of 74. Again, the jurisdiction. That 74 हो ही नहीं सकता इसमें. ठीक है ना?
So
तो उन्होंने 74 किया. तो अगर 74 को ही मैं challenge कर रहा हूँ, and that itself is I'm successful at that, the entire demand falls again. So this should be our top grounds actually.
because in CSTAT filing or first FAA level, we draft file appeal, and when we appear at the time of hearing, then we normally decide. Some people decide at that time which ground to be taken for the first. That situation should be kept in mind while filing this CSTAT. That is the important.
But I think you have to close. I just saw my phone. It's 10:30. But anyway, now 10 minutes drinks break के लिए लग गया था for changing the system and all. So we have taken 10 minutes extra. So Arpit,
But can we continue the same the next week also?
Yeah, we'll continue this in the next week from here only, where we leave, which is case summary.
Venu sir, how will you manage about ringer in the classroom? वो करके रखना फिर. Okay, sir.
Anuji, I was looking at the clock, but since the session was continuing, I did not interrupt. Let it be extended.
That's made the drinks break गया था ना बीच में. We lost some time, so I think that is made up.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you everyone for joining. I think we'll continue this in next week because now this is core issue. This is important. But again, one thing, we'll not upload this on the portal, on our YouTube channel, because then we can discuss everything freely and frankly. Actually, that is the purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Venu sir, just that group call will be a ringer whenever you have to start the session. Group call button on WhatsApp group.
Right. We can do that. Very well said. ठीक बताया आपने. And also, while on this, let us put all our suggestions regarding GST in our group. Okay, because Arpit ji is also part of a bar association. I'm also part of the bar association. We can put this forward, and I think it is because we are the faculty group of Pan India. It's our onus and responsibility to do it. So let's really do it. Whatever challenges you're facing, by your team members and all, just put it in the group. Let's take this forward, because then only it will evolve and it will become better for all of us.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.
Okay, sir. Jai Hind.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.